Over the years, Battlefield has given us massive maps, destruction physics that blew our minds, and some of the most chaotic multiplayer moments in gaming. But somewhere along the way, a few entries in the series just slipped through the cracks. So today we're taking a look back at 10 Battlefield games that time kinda forgot, but maybe, just maybe, deserve a second chance. At number 10, Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat was the series' first real attempt at bringing the full Battlefield experience to consoles. It wasn't just a port of the PC Battlefield 2, it was a completely separate game with its own single-player campaign and a pretty fun, if chaotic, multiplayer mode. The campaign let you switch between soldiers in real time, which felt kind of revolutionary back then. But what really stood out was how the game gave console players a real taste of large-scale warfare. Today, Modern Combat feels like a bit of an oddball in the franchise. It's not as polished as later entries, and the controls can feel a little clunky by modern standards. But if you were around back then, this game was a big deal. Up next at number 9, Battlefield 2142. This is the one where Battlefield went full sci-fi. Mechs, hover tanks, EMP grenades. 2142 was wild. The standout feature was Titan mode, where each team had to protect their massive airship while trying to destroy the enemies. You could infiltrate the enemy Titan and blow it up from the inside. It felt like a Star Wars mission every time. 2142 was ahead of its time in a lot of ways, but maybe too ahead. A lot of players just weren't ready for a Battlefield with mechs, but honestly, it holds up surprisingly well. And there's a small but loyal community still keeping it alive through fun servers. We have Battlefield Heroes. Heroes was Battlefield trying to go casual with cartoon visuals, third-person view, simple mechanics. It was free to play before that really blew up, and while it didn't offer the scale of the mainline titles, it was just fun. You could launch yourself out of cannons, dress up your soldier like a pirate, and ride around in tanks that felt more like bumper cars. Unfortunately, the monetization slowly got worse, and the game eventually shut down in 2015. But if you were around during its early days, you know how addictive it could be. Coming in at number 7, Battlefield Play for Free. Play for Free trying to mash up Battlefield 2's maps with Bad Company 2's weapons. On paper, it sounded great. A free-to-play Battlefield with classic gameplay. In practice, it was a bit janky, but it had charm. The progression system was pretty grindy unless you paid up. But the gunplay was tight, and it gave a lot of players their first taste of Battlefield. It never reached the heights EA wanted, and it was shut down along with Heroes. Still, for a while there, it scratched the itch for big battles on a budget. At number 6, Battlefield Vietnam. Vietnam came out between Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield 2, and it doesn't get talked about nearly enough. It took the classic Battlefield formula and dropped it into one of the most chaotic conflicts in history. You had napalm strikes, booby traps, helicopters flaring 60s rock, and maps that were dense and full of ambush spots.
The era-specific touches were what made it shine, like hearing Ride of the Valkyries as a Huey flew overhead. It was immersive, even if the gameplay wasn't quite as refined as later entries. Up next at number 5, Battlefield 1943. This was a small downloadable title released during the Xbox 360 and PS3 days. Just 3 maps, just one mode, and somehow it worked. It was a tight pick up and play experience that still felt like Battlefield. The destructible environments were impressive for a downloadable game at a time, and Wake Island remains iconic. The only downside? It was short-lived and never made it to PC. At number 4, Battlefield Hardline. Hardline gets a lot of hate, and yeah, it's not your typical Battlefield. Cops versus criminals. Urban maps, car chases, it felt like Battlefield was trying to be Heat or Grand Theft Auto. But honestly, some of those modes were fun. Hotwire, where you had to drive cars like mobile objectives, was pure chaos. It didn't stick the landing though. Maybe it was too different, but Hardline had its moments. It just never quite figured out what it wanted to be.
Got one down. Got a suspect.
Transport helicopter inbound.
Got a man down. They got a transport chopper. They got a transport chopper. Tag that one. Got that one.
Up next at number 3, Battlefield Online. Now here's one most people in the West really missed. Battlefield Online was a Korea-only game that basically remade Battlefield 2 using the Frostbite engine from Bad Company. It had updated visuals, more players per match, and even some tweaks to the UI and mechanics. It looked good, but unless you were using a Korean VPN, you probably never got to play it. Still, it's an interesting piece of the franchise's history, a sort of what-if version. Battlefield 5 Firestorm. Firestorm was Battlefield's attempt at Battle Royale. It looked gorgeous, had vehicles, destructible buildings, and a literal fire ring that closed in. But it was released too late into the BR craze, and EA didn't really support it. It had potential. The gunplay was solid, and there was nothing like calling in a tank drop mid-match. But with no real updates and very little marketing, it faded fast. And finally, at number 1, Battlefield Bad Company. Not forgotten by fans, but kind of forgotten by EA. The original Bad Company had personality. The single player campaign was funny, with a squad of misfits just trying to steal gold. And the multiplayer, way ahead of its time, especially with destructible environments. It laid the groundwork for Bad Company 2 and introduced tons of players to the franchise. Yet, EA never brought it back. No remaster, no nothing, just silence.
Okay, guys, stack up.
They said not to wait up.
So you reckon that the rainbow sprinkles are the way forward with the donut?
Absolutely, because then you get the different textures between soft donuts.
Could you two
and
get your
crunchy
asses over here
sprinkles.
right now?
Did you lose something, Sarge?
You drop something,
This
Sergeant?
is supposed to be a stealth mission.
Why?
Ah, never mind. You're here now. I need you to breach that door.
Oh, charades! I know this. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Hang on,
is
hang
it
on.
musical?
No, it's gonna
No?
be,
Is it-
it's a book. No.
Okay, sign language 101. This means stay low. This means stack up. And this means I'm gonna put your lights out if you don't shut up.
Stack up. No, I'm pretty sure that means one syllable.
Ah, just shut up. Breach that door.
Okay.
Should I still be stacking?
So yeah, Battlefield's got a weird, wild story. Some games hit big, others got buried. But even the forgotten ones had something special. Let us know down in the comments. Which Battlefield did you play that no one else remembers? And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, a sub would mean a lot. Catch you in the next one. Cheers!